When I was born.
No, in 1991. No, before you were born. No, in 1991, I made this movie, The Cutting Edge, and the people who were
silly.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't silly, but it was. I got it. Okay. And the people who made that movie had really serious aspirations to try to do a movie about a negotiator. There was a book that was very hot at the time, Tom Friedman's book, and everybody read it, and we thought, oh, this would really be great. And I spent a year really trying to up my class factor and really write a really serious movie for them that I thought they would make. And everybody was really happy with it. It took 30 years for it to get made.
Didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it until Argo came out, and all of a sudden the thing that you need to sort of articulate how to put a movie together and put a financial plan together is comps, and all of a sudden we had a comp. You know, we had a real sort of thing in the marketplace that really worked, and it showed there was a real audience for it.
Oh I never believed it would happen until we came to the table read. I flew down from London. I was like, this movie is never happening.
I know.
And I was like, and we got to the table read. I'm like, they're actually going to start shooting tomorrow.
He was like a kid at Christmas after we had the table read.
I had a bunch of scripts that I was reading, and I was like, why isn't anybody making this movie? And as Tony said, it was on, it was kind of on the shelf for 30 years. I've made my share of movies where I play a complete dumbass, but for the most part, when I want to be in a dramatic situation, I want it to mean something. And it's wildly smart. We have that coming from Tony's script. Brad's direction and care of the story is paramount. And honestly, Monica and Shivani and Mike, we have the right producers to sort of curate this kind of thing that we made. When I woke up in Tangier every morning for 6 weeks, in 110 degree heat, and it was like, all right, I'm excited to go to work. What are we shooting today?
The idea of creating this world, which really hadn't been depicted on film so much, Beirut in that time period, was a big draw for me. And I approach every movie like it's an adventure in a way. This is the new adventure. We're gonna go find a location. We're gonna deal with all the issues along the way. We're gonna climb all those different mountains to get to the top. John's involvement in this and his enthusiasm, getting up in the morning, coming to set, was it was contagious. Without that, dealing with the difficulties we encountered would have been not so easy. So you got to have that level of enthusiasm from all people involved, but he especially was deeply committed and engaged and kept it moving forward.
I kept reading the script and thinking, I don't know how we're doing this. We obviously went on location. We shot in Tangier, Morocco, which helped, but truly it was Brad's vision. And as soon as the first location scout getting down there and pre-scouting, he just knew how he was going to take this on.
For Brad to be have high command with a crew that English is not their first language, and we had majority of what from it was Morocco and Casablanca, and Brad having a steady command over them was perfect. And I think just the whole group wouldn't change that for anything.
We couldn't have shot in modern day Beirut. It looks like a modern city. It's a beautiful cosmopolitan place with sort of brand new cars driving around. But in Tangier, we found everything we could have ever hoped for to recreate 1982 and even in the 70s.
There was a housing boom a few years back in mid-2000s in Morocco, and there was some drug money coming in, and then as soon as the government figured it out and put a stop to it, the buildings were all abandoned. And so then they didn't want squatters, so they started taking sledgehammers to it or bulldozers, and then the rubble just existed, which was, oh my gosh, perfect sets for us. That's how you make an independent film. You go to a place that actually has that. And then they were cleaning it up literally while we were filming. So we would get to locations and things were painted or cleaned up, and we're like, whoa, we need it for one more day.
But I think the movie is a bit of an inspiration for independent filmmakers and screenwriters who, you don't give up on your vision, even if it takes 3 decades. It can see the light of a movie theater.